10 pearls of spiritual wisdom to help you survive dark times. Don't let negativity creep into your soul. Don't let the bitterness of life steal your joy. And even if others don't agree with you, be proud that you know this simple truth. The world is a beautiful place. Change the way you look at the world, and you will change your reality. I'd like to remind you of a few very powerful truths that will help you make wiser choices and become stronger, even in the hardest times. Truth 1. Pain is a part of life and love. It helps you grow. Far too many of us are afraid of ourselves, of our own truth, and of our feelings on top of that. We talk about how grand the concepts of life and love are, and then we hide from them. Every day, we hide from our truest and deepest feelings because the truth is that life and love sometimes hurt us, and the feelings connected to this can deeply disturb us. From early childhood, we are taught that any pain is harmful, that it is evil. But how can we ever truly deal with real life and real love if we are afraid to feel what we actually feel? We must feel pain, just as we must feel alive and loved. Pain sobers us up. It helps wake us from destructive dreams. But we try to hide our pain. We try to distance ourselves from it. Understand one simple thing. Pain was be accepted willingly, just like common sense. Why? Because you only learn to be strong when you have no other choice. The question is not whether you will experience pain in life. Everyone does. The question is how you will handle a situation when everything goes not quite the way or not at all the way you want it. That is what truly matters. Pain is a feeling too. And your feelings are a part of you, a part of your reality. And if you are ashamed of them, if you try to hide them, you allow the lie of self-doubt to destroy your reality. You must stand firmly for your right to feel pain, to endure it, to wear its scars with pride, and to deal on your own with all the realities of life and love, because they are what help you become a stronger, wiser, truer version of yourself. Truth 2, the right mindset is half the victory. It's perfectly normal to have good days and bad days. Expecting life to always be wonderful is like wanting to surf an ocean whose waves only rise but never fall. But when you understand that both the rise and the fall are still part of the same ocean, they stop annoying you. You can make peace with the reality of these ups and downs. And sooner or later, you'll realize that if you want to experience life's highs, you must also accept its lows. In other words, life is not perfect, but it is still good. Our goal should not be to try to create a perfect life for ourselves. That's impossible. But to live the imperfect life we have in a state of constant appreciation. We should wake up in the morning, look at this world, and be amazed by everything we see in it, taking nothing for granted. Everything we see is unique and wonderful. Each of our days is an immeasurable, limitless, priceless gift. Never take your life for granted. To be a spiritual person means to live in a constant state of wonder at your own life, the world, and your place in it. Don't let the pain of a situation strip you of hope. Don't let negativity crawl into your soul. Don't let the bitterness of life steal your joy. And even if others might disagree with you, be proud that you know this. The world is a beautiful place. Change the way you look at the world, and you will change your reality. Truth 3. Your biggest fears simply don't exist. When hard times come, it can be very difficult to follow your heart and take the next step in the right direction. But if you allow the lies of your fears to stop you, that can become a real tragedy. Although fear may seem overwhelming, it's actually far weaker than it appears. Fear only has as much power over you as you give it. It is not all powerful. Even if fear fills your mind, you can still control your life. So do it. Take back control of your own destiny. The key to taking control of your destiny is to acknowledge your fear and try to overcome it. Shine the light of your attention on it and look at it more closely. Because if you don't, if fear becomes a pitch black darkness you constantly avoid, you will be defenseless and in the most unexpected moments. And all because by dodging the fight with this enemy, you've given yourself only a temporary break. You can defeat fear if you look it in the face. Be brave. And remember, bravery doesn't mean you're not afraid. Bravery means you won't let fear stop you. You won't let it become an insurmountable obstacle on your path. Truth 4. Experience helps you grow beyond who you are now. Over time, you will inevitably realize that life is not necessarily easier or harder than you expected. It's just that what's easy and what's hard turns out to be very different from what you imagined, and it doesn't always happen when you expect it. But that's not a bad thing. On the contrary, it makes life much more interesting. When you stop expecting life to be exactly what you want it to be, you can start appreciating it as it is. And with time, you'll definitely realize that the greatest gifts of life rarely come wrapped in the wrapping you were waiting for. Life experience is what we most often gain when our plans don't go the way we wanted. And it's the most valuable thing we have because it helps us become wiser and stronger. You have the power to turn your wounds and worries into priceless wisdom. You just have to use it. You must accept what happened and use what you've learned to take one more step forward. Everything you've gone through gives you an advantage that helps you overcome what you still have to face on your path. Realize this and set yourself free. Truth 5. You cannot influence a situation you refuse to take responsibility for. There's a well-known quote from Sigmund Freud. Most people do not really want freedom because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Don't be one of those people. When you blame others for what you have to go through, you are trying to shift responsibility away from yourself and voluntarily handing power over that part of your life into someone else's hands. But don't be mistaken. The price of happiness is responsibility. And the sooner you stop trying to make strangers or even loved ones responsible for your happiness, the happier you will be. If you are unhappy, most likely it is you, not someone else, who is responsible. Ultimately, your happiness depends on how much you can rely on yourself, on your unshakable determination to take responsibility for your life. You must take control of your circumstances, start thinking for yourself, and make the only decision that truly matters, the decision to decide everything for yourself from now on. You must become the main character of your life, not its passive victim.
Truth 6. The present is the only thing you actually have to deal with. You are not living your life in some distant imaginary land where everything is perfect. You live it here and now, surrounded by reality as it is. Yes, of course, you can work toward an idealized tomorrow, but to do that, you must be able to deal successfully with the world around you here and now. Sometimes we mentally distance ourselves from where we are because, based on our beliefs and experience, we convince ourselves that this is not where we're supposed to be and that we don't want it. But the truth is, right now, you are exactly where you need to be in order to get where you want to be tomorrow. So appreciate your life and your circumstances. They are not nearly as bad as they might seem. Your friends and family are far too precious to ignore. Think how lucky you are to be alive, to be breathing, and to have the chance to see the beauty of this world. Look around with your eyes wide open, and you will see how full it is of possibilities and wonders. Most of what you're afraid of simply doesn't exist. And a huge part of what you love and long for is much closer than you think. You are only one short thought away from realizing what a blessing your life actually is. Happiness is a way of thinking that can only be based on the present. Happiness is not some abstract point in the future or a moment in the past, but unfortunately, many people mistakenly think it is. Too many young people seem to believe happiness is only waiting somewhere ahead, and even more older people think it's far behind them and will never return. Don't be either. Don't let the past and the future steal your present. Truth 7. You always have something to be grateful for. Life becomes much better when you smile. Being positive in a negative situation is not naivety, it's a sign of leadership and true inner strength. If you know that you have every reason to cry your eyes out, but instead you choose to smile and appreciate life as it is, you're doing it right. What if you woke up tomorrow and had only what you were grateful for today? Think about the incredible beauty that surrounds you every day. Look at it and smile. Be grateful for all the beautiful little things in your life, because only when you put them all together do you see how truly significant they are. In the end, it's not happiness that makes us grateful, it's gratitude that makes us happy. Truth 8. Everything truly good takes time. The results you can get instantly are rarely the best ones. If you arm yourself with patience, you can realize your potential much more fully. If your dreams and desires always came true instantly, you would have nothing to strive for. You would be deprived of the joy of anticipation and gradual progress toward your goal. Remember, patience isn't about simply being able to wait. It's the ability to stay positive while you work hard for something you believe in. It's the willingness to remain composed, moving forward confidently, one tiny step at a time, knowing that you really can move a mountain if you do it one stone at a time. And every stone you shift, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goal. A small note, you deserve more than instant gratification. Even the most valuable thing that came to you quickly and without effort can leave just as quickly. But something whose creation took a lot of time and effort often outlives its creator, you. Truth 9. Your worth is defined by you, not by others. When we try with all our might to achieve something important, we often look for confirmation of the value and importance of what we're doing, and of our own value as well, from other people. But the truth is, they simply cannot give us that. You did not come into this world to live up to someone else's expectations, and you shouldn't expect that from others either. Make your own unique path. The concept of success is different for each of us. In the end, success is when you live a happy life in the way that feels right to you. You don't have to do anything for show to impress people. You don't have to be famous to be important. You don't need to be a celebrity to be successful. You don't need anyone from the outside to confirm your value and significance. You are already valuable and significant. You just need to believe in yourself and what you were trying to achieve more strongly. You can be a modest, quiet person and still be talented, creative, and incredibly effective. The fact that you don't have a fan club doesn't mean you're a failure. Silent success is just as sweet as loud, flashy success, and often it is far more real. Your success is exactly what you decide it is, not what others want to define it as for you. Truth 10. And finally, you are not alone. When you're going through the darkest stretch of your life, it's easy to look around and see countless people who, it seems, have everything just fine. But in reality, that's not true at all. Each of us has our own problems, and each of us is trying to cope with them in our own way. Sometimes these problems are so serious that we want to give up, even if we don't show it on the outside. And if only we were brave enough to be more open about it, we would quickly realize that we are far from being the only ones who feel lost and lonely. Believe me, many of us right now are fighting the very same battle you are. No matter how confused or miserable you feel, know that there are other people who feel the same way. And when you hear yourself saying, I am completely alone and no one will help me, know that it's just your anxious mind lying to you. You can always find someone with similar circumstances. Maybe they're not within arm's reach and you can't talk to them this very moment, but these people exist. And if right now you feel like everything is terrible and you are in complete despair, listen to me. I very often feel the same way, and my life also sometimes looks like a series of seemingly unsolvable problems. I worry about many of the same things you do, just in my own way. And although some people don't understand us, we understand each other. You are not alone.